What's good, everybody? Corbino here. At the time of this recording, I've just seen Endgame 2 days ago. No idea when I'm going to do a review for it. I've sort of fallen away from reviews on this channel. I still want to review it eventually, but it's not at the top of my list. What I want to talk about is the future of the MCU and what I think we can do with it and so many, other stuff. And also, there's probably going to be spoilers in this. Probably nothing crazy, but just if you're not up to date on the MCU, like literally everything, then I'm sorry. Get out of here, I guess. So here's some movies we know for a fact are going to happen. I think Captain Marvel 2 is happening, but I don't know 100% yet. I don't know if they, have all the, results in, what are the words I'm looking for? To see how the movie did. So I don't really know exactly if we're getting a Captain Marvel 2, but even if it didn't do very well, I'm sure we're getting a Captain Marvel 2 because they've built her up to be some great character. So we're 99% getting Captain Marvel 2. We're getting Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Black Widow, which I don't know how that movie's going to be. I'm hoping it'll just be kind of like backstory, how she met Maria, Clint, Nick, etc., stuff like that. Show Budapest finally. The Eternals, which they're looking at Angelina Jolie to be somebody in it. I don't know anything about the Eternals. I just know they exist. We got Shang-Chi. I'm like 99% sure they have greenlit that movie. I think at first it was going to be a show, and now it's going to be a movie. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm pretty sure we're getting a Shang-Chi movie. Now we're going to talk about movies I think we're like 99% getting, not counting the ones I just said. These are ones that no one's really talked about, but like I feel like we're going to get. Spider-Man 3, Thor 4. They've kind of said some stuff about Thor 4. But not 100%, because, Cap and Iron Man, they only got a trilogy, so it'd be weird if Thor got more than a trilogy, but I think he's going to. I think we'll get some form of A-Force, because we saw that awesome shot of all the females in the movie, and people have been pushing that since before the movie. And yeah, we don't have Gamora and Black Widow, but we still have a lot of powerful female heroes out there, and more to come, I'm sure. So, an A-Force movie, I think, is a strong possibility. Ant-Man and the Wasp 3, or Ant-Man 3. I didn't know what to call it because, Ant-Man and the Wasp, but like it's the third one, and I'm sure Wasp would have a big part in that. Wasp and the Ant-Man, maybe? Tales of Astonish? I don't know what they would call it. Now, the movies I want to see, going on in the MCU, which I'm sure, some of these I know are gonna be like almost impossible to have. But I still want them. I want the Incredible Hulk, too. They don't have to call it that. They can call it, now he's Professor Hulk. They can call it Professor Hulk. They can call it World Breaker Hulk, World War Hulk, Planet Hulk, even though he's already got Planet Hulk. I want another Hulk movie, guys. Come on. And finally, in Endgame, Mark Ruffalo and the General appeared in the same movie in Infinity War. The last time we've seen Hulk and the General in the same movie was Incredible Hulk, but it wasn't Mark Ruffalo. But we got to see them both in Infinity War, but literally the General disappeared right as Bruce walked in. And then, in this movie, Bruce and the General both at Tony's funeral in Endgame, but I want to see confrontation. I know it's been probably a decade for them since, I don't know, because they call it Fury's Big Week, so is Incredible Hulk taking place in 2012 or 2008? Either way, whenever it takes place, it's been at least 5 years to a decade in the Marvel time since they've, really confronted each other. And I want to see that. I want to see Mark Ruffalo's Hulk with the General, because that's our Hulk now. But anyways, I want to see that. I want to see Fantastic Four, which I'm sure we'll get some form of. I want to see an X-Men movie. I want to see Secret Invasion. They say it's still a possibility. Not all Skrulls are evil. You got Hulkling, Zaven, people like that. So like seeing Talos and his Skrulls as good people, that's perfectly fine because they're like humans and, you know, anybody else. We're not all good. So I'd still like to see a Secret Invasion movie. I'd like to see an Inhumans movie. I know. Calm down. I personally really liked Inhumans. My mom didn't hate it, but she didn't love it. But I enjoyed it, and I saw some people online saying they didn't hate it, but also the people that were saying it, along with myself, we didn't read the comics. I don't think I've ever read a single Inhumans comic. I've read comics and events with them in them, but I've never really read them. And I feel kind of bad for the Inhumans, because, you know, they were building them up to sort of replace X-Men in the comics and the movies. And now I'm realizing not a single Inhuman has a comic book series out right now. Like, not a solo, not a continuation. And I don't know, there was a title called, like, Death of the Inhumans, like, within the last year. So I don't know if they all died or what, but, you know, Ms. Marvel's still out there. And I don't know about the rest, but I mean, Beast is in a way an Inhuman, right? Correct? And Inferno, I know, is still out there. And so, I mean, just, yeah, you can recast it if you'd like, but personally, I liked the casting. From what I know and have seen of the Inhumans, I think Black Bolt could have been better. Maybe Medusa too, but like, I think Karnak was great, I think Crystal was great, I think Maximus was great, and the others sort of were just, you know, so-so. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to get too mad about. But, like, I wouldn't mind keeping the same cast and making a movie of Inhumans. Because the show ends with them coming to Earth finally. I want to see that. And yes, I am very behind on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't really like it. So, who knows? They could have answered those questions, but I don't think they have. I want to know what's going on. I want to know, are they integrating with the humans? The, you know, other superheroes? Like, come on, that would be so awesome to have them, and it's a real disappointment that we just wasted the Inhumans like they did. Now, those are, I believe, all the movies. Oh, yeah, that's what I had two movies I think are strong possibilities. As Guardians of the Galaxy, which Thor calls the Guardians of the Galaxy, at the end of Endgame. Now, I don't know if this would be its own movie, because they could do, like, Valkyrie, Thor, Korg, maybe Sif? Where is she? Gosh, that makes me so mad. Anyways, you know, they could make Thor 4 like Thor as Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, something like that. Or just make the next Guardians of the Galaxy and as Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, something like that. I don't know, but I think that they'll either make a solo movie of As Guardians of the Galaxy, because it's a new series and they already name dropped it in the MCU. So, but if they don't do its own solo movie, I think they'll have a lot of elements of it in either Guardians or Thor 4. So, I also think a strong possibility is Young Avengers. We got Vision, you know, kind of. We got Stature, which is Ant-Man's daughter, and she's now a teenager, so she's at that age. Hawkeye, or Kate Bishop, they have announced that she's going to be in the Hawkeye show. We're getting a Hawkeye, so there's two of the Young Avengers, definitely, and we could easily get more of them. And with the Skrulls here now, we can have Hulkling. So anyways, now let's talk about shows. Obviously, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Hawkeye and Loki, obviously they're all going to connect to the movies because they're the same people and they're the people that we've been seeing in the MCU for the past 10 years. But, now with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, both ways have, crossovered, like, made it clear that they are in the same universe. We got Jarvis, we got, Howard Stark, we got Sharon Carter, Phil Coulson, Nick Fury, Maria Hill. I mean, they just made a small cameo at the beginning of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But still, I don't think any of the other agents have crossovered to the movies. But still, they've made it pretty damn clear that they're in the same universe. And, like, stuff that goes on in the movies are, like, they'll, they're obviously connected. But we got problems with the other shows, like the Netflix ones, which I know everybody's made videos and talked about it, which sucks because I don't want to be talking about this. But it makes me mad that in 2015 they're like, yo, Daredevil's coming out, everybody. And it's a part of the MCU. But it's not. Like, that's honest. Like, they lied. Like, I know it's just TV and movies, but, like, it's kind of messed up that they sat there, got everybody's hopes up, lied about it, and got 6 different shows, because of Defenders, introduced us to all these awesome heroes. Like, yeah, I'd say Jessica Jones isn't a household name, but like Daredevil and Punisher have always been popular characters. I mean, they already got movies, and like Punisher got like 2 or 3 movies, and Luke Cage and Iron Fist, they've been pretty popular throughout the years. Yes, they didn't get their own movies or anything, but still they're pretty well-known characters. Like most of these guys, I'd say, were more like before the MCU. More people know about the people of the Netflix universe more than they did like Vision and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Like, I'm not joking. I believe that. Like even Falcon and Winter Soldier. Besides Bucky, when he's just Bucky, I think people knew him. But like I think nobody knew them except for. It sucks that they wasted these characters, and now there's like the contract that like Marvel can't use them for 2 years after all these shows have been over. And yes, I haven't watched Daredevil's final season, same with Punisher's, and so I don't know if anyone crosses over into those. And Jessica Jones season 3 I haven't seen because it's not out yet, but I'd kind of like for her to, have Luke Cage come over for an episode or something, another character, just to have some more connections. But it also sucks because I want none of them to appear in any more shows, because I want them the 2 years to get to be up so that Marvel can start using them again. So I mean, was it for Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist and their characters? They can't use them. They all canceled 2018, right? So they can't use them until 2020. And Jessica Jones and Punisher and their people not till 2021, which sucks. And I don't know if they'll ever actually use them. And I'd prefer them not to recast any of the people. But, like, don't waste them. Bring them over to the Disney Plus app, when the 2 years is up, and give them a proper Defender show. Or, it doesn't, like, a lot of people thought when they first canceled Iron Fist and Luke Cage that they were going to make a Heroes for Hire show. Do that. Continue Daredevil. Continue Jessica Jones. Continue Punisher. Because those 3 still did amazing. So, it just sucks, but, obviously they know about the rest of the MCU, like the shows. They even talk about, like, the biker gang from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they talk about the other shows and the other movies, but they won't. It just sucks that the movies don't talk about them, but they'll talk about Agent Carter and S.H.I.E.L.D., And also, Luke Cage, Misty talked about her friend, O'Reilly, which now brings us to my next show, Cloak and Dagger. And Cloak and Dagger connects to the Netflix shows because they've talked about Misty Knight. Yes, they haven't shown him, but it would be nice to have, well, I mean, I guess Luke Cage is over, but I was going to say have O'Reilly go team up with Misty Knight, or vice versa. And Cloak and Dagger has been such a great show, and I'm sure it's going to continue. Like, it's still doing good. And Cloak and Dagger and the Runaways, they've crossed over like 2 or 3 times in the comics. And where the Runaways are at right now in the show, it's like about time. Like, this is, Cloak and Dagger can cross over, and I think that would be awesome for both of the shows. Get Cloak and Dagger over on the Runaways for just an episode or 2. And that can make sure that tells us, yo, they are connected. And then, because Cloak and Dagger connects to Luke Cage, that shows that all of them are connected to the Netflix verse. Then we just gotta get some solid link to get the MCU to get connected to the rest of these shows. Like, don't make these shows and not do anything with them. There's no point to call them MCU shows to say they're in this greater Marvel universe, they're a part of it, da-da-da-da-da. Yo, the guy with the hammer, guy with the shield, oh man, Captain America toy. There's no point to do any of that if you're not going to do anything with it. Really isn't. And it's annoying as hell. That's it. Camera's about to die. So yeah. Come on, MCU.